A couple days ago, I did a video talking about Tecmo and how they have decided that for the best interest of their company, they need to pursue ESG loans. And I found it on their website. I went to their website, went over it. There's also this presentation photo where they talk about how they have a dedicated usability team that has been established within our quality assurance division. In addition, we have assembled a database of QA knowledge featuring everything from functional bugs to local, culture, and social issues. Now, maybe you're saying, oh, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. I don't. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Well, there's lots of reasons to worry when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's literally destroying so many things in culture, this ESG thing. It's crazy. But what's worrisome is a lot of these Japanese companies are starting to embrace it. And it's sad because a lot of the best stuff has been coming out of Japan over the past couple of years, at least entertainment-wise. Mainly because over there, you're capable of telling the story that you want to tell uncensored. You can put a story out there that's as wild as you want it to be. And all the people over here in America that screech have little to no effect on it. But now, when you have companies bending over for ESG, that kind of changes. And that does give that group on Twitter, that 10% of Twitter that everyone bows and kneels to, tremendous power when it comes to changing stuff. All of these companies have ethics departments now. These people, per the Square page, I did a video on this a long time ago, check it out. The ethics department is involved from the start when it comes to making games. That's not good. Okay, and now Capcom going all in. This was really worrisome when I saw this. Like, what is this? Now, Capcom's been slipping for a minute. I didn't even know this. So apparently the Street Fighter 6 Ken voice is different. It used to be Ruben Langdon. What did he say that was so political? Is it because he stood with Vic Mignogna? Is that why they replaced him? That's messed up. I didn't even know this. I wish I had seen this before I bought Street Fighter 6. I haven't even played it yet. But I wish I had known this. I probably wouldn't have bought it. In fact, now I regret buying it. But you have this stuff over here showing them they have an A ESG rating. Like, they're all in. I mean, you could kind of see it in the Resident Evil 4 remake, and I still enjoyed that game. That was a great game. However, there is some weird stuff going on in it, and I'm not talking about the skirt thing. I could care less about that. What I don't like is the flirtatious stuff being taken out. A lot of the flirtatious banter that was in the original game, which is freaking harmless, to be honest. It's just a little flirting Leon did, and Ashley would flirt with Leon. Leon would flirt with that lady on the radio. Like, that's cares. Like, why is that a big deal? It's weird that got taken out. That's weird. Are men and women not allowed to flirt in games anymore? So that's really strange that got removed. That was a kind of an eyebrow raiser, but I still enjoyed the game overall. But you could kind of see what's going on there with Capcom on that one. And now this got dropped yesterday. So I was like, what the hell? This doesn't have too much to do with Street Fighter 6. Now, I will give them this. Cammy. The fact that they put the Cammy suit in there, that's good. That leaves a little bit of hope, but there's still, to deny there's weird shit going on, I think is crazy. I mean, you see it here in this. So Here they're explaining their localization process. And in case you don't know what that means, that's when they take a game from Japan and they translate it, right? I mean, obviously they're not going to have the Japanese dub in America. They dub it in English, and then they change the text to English. Well, apparently, the Japanese stuff needs to be changed because their culture could be harmful to other countries. They go, what do you mean by that? The volume and importance of localization is increasing year after year due to factors such as improvements in game machine performance, support for online gameplay, and an increase in the number of languages accompanying a more diversified global audience, Capcom continued. As such, Capcom's localization team is involved in game development from the initial stages. Now, that's fine. That just means they're going to get a game out to you faster. I don't know if you remember this, but back in the day, these games would come out in Japan. You'd have to wait a year, sometimes more, for them to localize it and bring it over here. I remember this very well when it came to Final Fantasy VII, because it felt like it was out in Japan for a year, and then we finally got it. That's the thing of the past. I have no problem with them wanting to get games out faster. I think that that's smart. But this is the one that was weird to me. By carrying out localization concurrently with development, rather than following completion of the Japanese language version, as has been done in the past, Capcom is able to launch games simultaneously around the world. Concluding their statement with a disappointing bombshell, Capcom happily informed potential business partners. What is more, depending on the country, that's key, simply translating games developed under Japanese norms can end up hurting users unexpectedly due to historical, religious, or cultural differences. As such, we focus on employing staff from around the world to culturalize the games so that they can be enjoyed by all, regardless of local. Now, that doesn't sound that bad if you think about it, but here's the thing that really worries me. Changing it depending on country. Might as well just say the West. And cultural differences. The cultural differences one. And depending on the country is messed up. And what's really messed up about this is when they change it to some bullshit that's not even being said by the character. First off, why are Japanese norms? What are you saying about your own country? Number one, Japanese norms. That's funny. Are you talking about like the tropes and fun things that makes like anime and manga fun for people? Like you're gonna take out some of those things. Like this becomes a slippery slope. And then bringing in people from America, oh, you can't change that. That's kind of offensive over in America. That'd be a little offensive if you had that. Like, this is the kind of stuff that I don't like. Okay? If the girl has an outfit like this in Japan, we should get it over here. If characters are flirty in Japan, we should get it over here. Okay? We shouldn't be changing all kinds of stuff because of sensitive people. And those sensitive people are not the majority of people that are buying it. But things are changed for those handfuls of people. So this is worrisome. I mean, but things have been going on with Japan for a while. I guess they're just outright telling you now. And it's not just Capcom. There's a bunch of other ones. Square, for sure, is really bad at it. Like they've been doing this for a minute. All the Japanese game developers are starting to embrace this shit. It's only a matter of time. Do you see the people doing anime and manga doing it? And then you start to get more changes. So this is what I've always said. Once they start making more money outside of Japan, they're going to start changing it for the people outside of Japan, which is stupid because the people that were buying it outside of Japan liked it the way it was in the first place. They don't want it to be changed. So you're changing it for what? I mean, part of the charm is the Japanese stuff in the games. It is part of at least to me, it's part of the charm. It's a way to kind of experience their culture You know, and not you don't have to go there. Like it's like a small, fun little thing that I've always liked. It's part of the reason why I like those Yakuza and Persona games. Like those games are heavily Japanese influence, and it's kind of fun to play a game like that, to be honest. Because I don't live in Japan, but it's fun to kind of experience their culture that way. And those are very cultural games. So, yeah, this is a shame. I don't like this. I don't like this. And imagine I'm not the only one. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all of this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.